How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Scourge League. Last episode, we had a pretty good episode. We killed Piety, and we killed Dominus, and then we got to the beginning of Act 4. You might notice that I'm actually somewhere in the middle of Act 4 right now. I've cleared out some of these areas already. I was actually just recording an episode, and I found out that I was recording the whole thing muted. So unfortunately, in a fit of rage, I basically deleted the episode because I'm like, God, dang it! How's it muted? What happened? Now I'm just double checking. I had to go recheck. All the volumes are fine. Let's keep going. Unfortunately, we missed out a little bit of content. You didn't miss out on much, to be fair. I was trying to like figure out my defenses for the most part. I basically spent the whole episode just talking about how I'm gonna fix my defenses, and we can go about it, I guess, pretty quickly as well. Um, we can talk about it real quick. You know, at the end of last episode, I suppose. At the end of last episode, our defenses were not looking too good, and I really started to feel it when I started doing like the Crucible. Whenever I activated the Crucible in Act 4, I was getting like one shot, or not one shot, but I was dying very quickly. You know, I would get surrounded, I would get swarmed, and then I would instantly die. So I was like, I need to come up with a solution. This is a pretty common problem that, you know, new players face when they're playing the game. I would suspect that they're gonna really face it this league because, you know, the mobs are just, they're kind of tough. And mostly it's due to the fact, right, that the Crucible is just kind of hard to handle. You know, they're so much stronger. As you slowly like progress further with the Crucible, you know, as you kill more things, this exposed to corruption buff or debuff, I don't know what you want to call it, as it increases, you know, you're just taking so much more damage. Obviously, you're getting more quantity, you're getting more rarity. Those are good things. But the fact that they deal 1% more damage to you, is a little scary, right? Cold resistance life, this is it's nothing. So yeah, I was just sort of talking about how let's try what do I want to corrupt? The shield maybe? Let's try corrupting this thing. I was talking about, you know, there are a few ways when you're at this point of the game to try and fix your survivability problems. Number one is to just level up, I would say. When you are having issues with your defenses and offense, right? Just level up, get more passive points. It's like, duh, level up, but, you know, there are some nuances to it. I think with spellcasters, it's actually really important to just get some EXP and level up, because what happens with spells, and we mentioned this before, is spells scale greatly with gem levels. So the more experience you can get, and the better gem levels you can get on your spells, you end up doing a lot more damage. And having more damage and having more offense is really good for your defense, because, for example, in Scourge here, right? One of the issues, like one of the easiest way to die is to get surrounded. And the reason you're getting surrounded, probably, for the most part, is because you don't have enough offense to kill them before they actually just, you know, surround you. So you need the damage to survive all of that, right? Scourge point available. Okay, now let's start looking into adding extra sockets. So yeah, so level up, get more damage. You know, you can put points into your passive tree, either into life or into, like, I guess, further damage. But if you're having like real survivability issues, you probably want some points in life. Actually, you definitely want points in life, but you know, you want to pick up like the closest life nodes you can get. Early on, I don't prioritize life that much, just because I'm like, I basically just put it into damage. It lets me clear faster. For the most part, I can get away with it. But even in situations like right now, I'm like, wow, I'm dying a lot. I'm putting some points in life, but for the most part, I'm still choosing to path towards the damage nodes that I know I'm gonna need at some point. I might as well pick it up early, and then I'll survive through other methods. So like, aside from leveling, other things you should probably be doing is you want to max out your resistances. So this comes from gear, right? Your resistances, I think at the end of last episode, I had something like 4% lightning resistance. And like at one point I had no fire resistance either. It was at like 20. And for those of you who don't know, your resistance, it caps out at 75%, which means if you have more than 75% resistance, the game won't let you have more than that, you know, to use. You'll go over the cap. So if for whatever reason you get cursed and then it lowers your resistance, if you're over the cap by like 20% and it lowers your resistance by 15, you're still, you know, over 75%. Right, that's what the cap is for. There are ways to increase your maximum resistance, so your resistance cap. There are nodes on the tree. There are nodes on there are affixes on items that can increase it. Flasks, I believe, can increase it. So there are a few ways you can do it. But at the end of the day, you want to be at the cap because for the most part, the game is balanced around you having, you know, maximum resistances or like 75 all elemental resistances. I can't talk today. Let me take a sip of water. So yeah, so right now I'm just looking at for gear with resistances. You know, I had gear with damage, I had gear with life, and I was like, you know what? Right now resistance is the most important. In fact, I dropped like some yellow ring that had like life, some stats, you know, for this. I found a blue ring that just had, you know, basically 12 to fire and lightning and then 19 to fire. I looked at that and went, that's better than my previous ring because this thing has a combined resistance of 24 plus 19, which is what? 43, right? And then the energy shield I don't even care about. Same with this ring, you know. This has a lot of resistance. It has all resistance, a cold resistance, lightning resistance. I instantly picked that up. That's a no-brainer for me. So that's basically what I'm doing at this moment. I'm just trying to pick up as many resistance nodes as I can. Like same thing with this amulet, right? Like it's just a crappy little amulet, but I need it. I also needed the stats for the amulet. The rings are a little bit easier because you can fill out a lot of resistances with your rings early on. Rings really you want them for life and resistances, and then everything else. Like I have some crappy gear, right? Really only the helmet is any good. This one I have it for the 4-link. Over here, I actually think what I want to do is I want to pick up a mastery. I think I want to pick up this chaos one. +1 to level of all chaos skill gems. Lose 10% of life and energy shield when you use a chaos skill. That's kind of scary. But I'm assuming with vitality we should be fine. In the future, +1 to chaos damage overtime multi per 4% chaos resistance would be pretty good. Get lots of chaos res. Anyways, for now, let's pick this up. Okay, yeah. I don't lose too much HP. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And I'm regenning it pretty quick. Cool. Is there anything here I want? Not really. Let's pick this up. Let's activate the crucible real quick. So with that +1 level, we should be doing a lot of damage. 1290 per second. Yeah, it's insane. I also picked up a Void Sphere, and I guess that's the third thing we can talk about in terms of getting more defenses, which is just adding some defensive skills to your build, right? Vitality would be defensive in a sense because you're getting more HP regen. If you had Steel Skin, I don't have the colors for it right now, but I think I'm gonna add Steel Skin to the build as well. And I also added Void Sphere, so if I'm about to get surrounded, I can drop this black hole. And then at the very least, that'll help me, like, you know, it'll help in regards to not getting surrounded. So those are the current plans that I have, right? And Bane just leveled up again, which is insane. So yeah, you can still see, like, once you get surrounded, the hits, they come fast and they come hard, right? It's not about getting one shot here. It's just like getting burst down, I think, is the issue. And the reason I'm getting burst down, I don't know for anyone else. Most of the time I'm dying in the Blood Crucible. I think I've died like 10 times already. And which is a lot, I think. Especially like this early on, if you're supposedly if you know what you're doing. But the Blood Crucible, it's pretty difficult. Like when you go into that nightmare mode, I don't even know what to call it, Krangleverse. Like in here, it's not too bad. But yeah, so how's everyone doing? And you know, it's let's see. It is like day 5. Today's what, Tuesday? I hope everyone is enjoying their characters. I feel like, you know, it's a good sign that everyone's having fun when I look at my friend list and everyone is still playing at super high level. You know, some people take it easy early on, but when you're going hard, I would assume it's because you're playing a lot and you're having a lot of fun. Oh my god, see again, like the moment I get surrounded by these guys, it's just game over, man. I wasn't paying attention there, but still, you know, it's no excuse. Oh, this looks pretty good. Spell damage, fire resistance, energy shield, life, mana regen. Okay. We could think about this compared to... I would lose spell damage. Oh, I would lose a lot of resistances. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, our lightning resistance would actually go down. But we would get 80 more life. And more ES. I don't know. What about mana regen? Mana regen goes down. We could try it. I don't think it hurts. We could try it. And I'm just leveling gems on my like other slots. You know, I got Raise Spectre here. I got Essence Drain, Contagion. I don't really need those. Man, Bane is getting +3 to gem level. Bane is actually doing a lot of work right now. It's doing work. Wow, it's still... This guy's tanky, man. But yeah, like things are slowly dying. Let's go back and sell. I got all this stuff in my inventory.
What can we do for you?
But so far, that's, you know, that's... Wow, we even got a 6 socket. Holy crap. So far, this is like what I've been working on. You know, just try and get as many defenses set up as I can.
Take care.
And just trying to level up. And like I'm not trying to grind the same zones over and over to level up, right? Like I'm not at that point. I did do that for a little bit. I think I hit Dried Lakes 3 times just to pick up a couple levels. And like at first I was basically the same level as the zone, I think, when I had finished Act 3. So when I had arrived in Act 4, I was the same level as all my zones, and I over leveled it by maybe 2 or 3 levels. At this point, I'm over leveled by 4 levels, right? But that's essentially what I had done. Okay, let's be careful here. Wait, are they dead? Okay, never mind. It's over. So yeah, we have a lot of damage. You can clearly tell. And I actually think we would be probably pretty safe to pick up our Ascendancy at this point. Ow. I bet this arena would have a lot of stuff, actually. But there's nothing here? Okay, let's turn it off then.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Ow. Okay, one thing I am noticing is that if I'm bleeding, I need to do something about bleed. Bleeding plus like losing 10% HP every time I cast is Very painful. Okay, I think we got him. I'm just gonna apply the blight on him. We just stack it real high. Alright.
I'm sorry to have to break this to you, Teresa,
Okay.
but she's not real.
I mean, we can turn this thing on just to take a look. Is there anything here? Kind of. Ow. They hurt so much. And I guess I need to look into actual defenses. And by that, I mean evasion / suppression might be good on this character. We can't go too hard into it, but maybe a little?
What do you want?
All right, let me check the volume. I need to swap my position real quick. Need to check my posture. I'm gonna move my mic, so excuse me if it sounds a little weird. I'm gonna raise it up a little. How the heck do I do it? Test. Okay. I accidentally unplugged my mic. I think I'm back now. I think my mic was too low. And what was happening was I was like bending just to talk into it. Let me move the mic over a little bit. Let's get this over here. Test. Okay, that's a lot better. All right, I was actually starting to feel kind of uncomfortable because I had raised my chair, but I did not raise my microphone. Yo, these kinds of things are like...
You will be remembered.
Like, things that you don't really pay attention to, but it makes a big difference, you know? Like, your posture. Everyone talks about it, right? Hey, check your posture. Hey, you're gonna regret it in the future. But for me, it's not even like regretting it in the future anymore, right? Like I sit with bad posture just for like 20 minutes and I feel it. And it feels bad. So the moment I noticed it just now, I'm like, okay, my posture is really bad. My back actually hurts because I'm bending my back to talk into the microphone. I unconsciously do it. I don't know why. I don't need to be conscious of the microphone, you know? I have a decent microphone. It'll pick up whatever the heck I'm talking, whatever I'm saying. I'm saying, no matter where I am. But I don't know. Like sometimes when I catch myself, I notice that I'm like leaning into my microphone to talk into it. It's kind of weird.
I live.
Okay, what do we want here? If we're playing Bane, increase AOE is decent. That's about it. I mean, we could look into leveling gems that could help Arakali's Fang
For Diala.
in the background, I suppose. That's not a bad idea. It's not the worst idea. Let's go do that. Ooh, this guy looks balling. The heck? He's gigantic too. All right. Do I want to complete the lab? I think after we kill Malachi, we'll just go do the lab real quick. Or we can do it now. I'm pretty confident that we could do it now. I suppose I don't see why not. Doing it now would help. I'm trying to like talk myself into it. Or out of it? I don't know. Like for sure I could do it. Ow, ow. Okay, yeah, like the bleeding is kind of bad right now for me. So I need to do something about that. I think the answer is steel skin. Okay, yeah, let's go do the lab. I think I'm the more I think about it, I'm like, we have so much damage. The lab should be no problem. Oh, the downside of doing the lab is I'm missing a trial, so I actually gotta do that first. Okay, well, we'll just zoom through it. You know, this is something we gotta do eventually. How long have we been recording for? 20 minutes? Yeah, we're still good. But here in this zone, you know, the one benefit of being in this zone is I feel like a freaking god. Look at this. We're just one-shotting everything. As we should, you know, this area is level 16. But I feel so strong.
When I'm ready and not before.
Oh, one problem is I'm gonna get sent back, huh? Alright, we'll just kill things for flash charges, I suppose. Okay, let's flip this. Alright. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Let's complete the Trial of Ascendancy. So that would be... Well, I'm not exactly sure where it is, but... Nothing there. Okay. Actually, Flame Dash is killing them, which is quite funny. Oh, here's the trial. Good. Can I run through the trial in Krangleverse? You can. What the heck? That's interesting. Is the plaque actually there? So you can run through it in Krangleverse and actually open up the switches and stuff. Interesting. Alright, all 6 are done. So now we're gonna go back to Act 3. And let's open up that trial. Or the lab, I guess. Here. Wow, it's laggy. There's a lot of people playing. Okay, the plaza. And we're gonna start with the normal lab. This should be pretty quick, I would think. It should be. The normal lab is a lot shorter than the other labs. And I hear this league, it's actually easier to get your Uber lab and everything, which would be nice, because I remember, you know, there were leagues where it would take me a long time to get my Uber lab, just because of how hard it was to find the Uber trials. Like, it was annoying. It's pure RNG, right? The fact that they made that change is kind of nice. Like, I like playing with RNG. I don't want to call it turned on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Why did I do that? Things got a little crazy. What's with the pack size in here? Okay, we're good. I like playing a game that has like lots of RNG, right? Like the items you get is all random, and that's really why I play this game. It's like playing a slot machine. But then when you're playing just to grind out stuff, like when the content is RNG as well, and by that I mean you can have items being like randomly generated, right? But then when it's like boss encounters are randomly generated as well, I don't like that, because, you know, or like trials. You know, you randomly find trials. That I don't like as much. You know, I want to be able to access content, but it's just like the gear grind being like longer is fine with me. Is that weird?
Weary traveler draws
You know, like
close to the end.
having to do fewer maps to hit like Cyrus. Like I like that, right? But like if Cyrus had like a larger pool of items he could drop and it was more random, I don't mind that. I don't mind that either. It's like I only like RNG in certain situations. I guess that's my stance at at this point in time. Oh man, I don't like one-shot Izaro though. You know, it is a slow death.
By the goddess, what ambition!
I'm surprised. I thought it was just like I would have enough damage to just knock a third of his life bar right out, but it's actually just like a slow tick. I remember, I forgot what I was watching, but someone mentioned, you know, Bane really isn't a boss killer, and you can really see it. Oh, it's like a decent, like with damage over time builds, right? Like I feel like it's very safe because what you can do is you stack or apply the damage over time, and you kind of just run away and you just let it slowly tick them down. And these kinds of builds are pretty good with clearing because, you know, the enemies don't have much HP. So even when you like apply these damage over time, you get like really good progression because you can definitely just like apply your dots and run away and they're gonna die for sure, right? Whereas with bosses, you apply your dots, you run away, they're not gonna die, and then it's like, where are you running? But still, I always find myself leaning towards these builds. At this point, I just can't deny it. I think I naturally like, you know, damage over time builds because they're safe. It's a safety thing. Like playing melee builds is fine and all, but just dying all the time is not, it's not fun for me. I don't like dying. Even if I do no damage, it's fine. I hate dying.
You were born for this. Wisdom is the
Okay.
offspring of suffering and time.
Easy enough, easy enough. It's gonna be great when we pick up the occultist. I feel like we're gonna pick up some like great damage nodes or clear nodes even, you know? It doesn't necessarily have to be damage. Just being able to progress faster would be great for me.
When I'm ready.
And we had that
and
in
not
episode, the like a couple episodes ago, maybe 2 episodes ago, where I think I titled it Invest Early, Invest Often. That's what I'm doing, you know? I could be waiting like much later to do Izaro, but if I do it now, I feel like I'm gonna save some time in the future. Trying to build up, you know, that the accumulated wealth from doing stuff early. Man, Vitality is actually really doing work. Like you can tell, even when we're standing on that fire, we're not really taking damage because Vitality is just regenning us for so much. Okay. I'm running Kringleverse all the time if I can, because I just want to be able to corrupt more items. You know, you must know by now, you know, I like the RNG aspect of items. Item RNG is always kind of cool. You know, no one has the same set of items. You want to keep rolling items for new cool mods. Being able to pick up, and then, like, this is the only chance early in the game. It kind of sucks, but it's the only chance where you can actually pick up like upgrades, you know, or make upgrades. Later on, a lot of it is just comes from crafting, especially when you have like late game gear. You know, the chances of actually picking up an upgrade off the ground as like just vanilla is very low. All right, so this thing is a 4-link blue. It has a lot of energy shield. Holy crap. Okay. It has life, it has resistance. I lose life. Okay, so it only adds energy shield, but it adds resistance. I think that's a yes. So I go from 960 life, 294 ES, to 940 life. 442 ES? Holy cow. Okay, we just got a lot of energy shield. That's not a small amount at all. The wand, not that interesting. But maybe we can crangle it into a +1 to all chaos spell gem, maybe? Are we going in the right direction? Yeah, this seems fine. Wait. How am I regenning my energy shield? Is there a node? Energy shield. Am I getting back energy shield when I kill or something? Huh? I don't follow. Okay, so this is what I'm noticing, right? Is it my curse? Despair, temp chain? I'm recovering energy shield on kill. Oh, I accidentally activated the Krangle. How? How is this happening? Yeah, I gained 30 energy shield on kill. Life gain on kill, energy shield gain on kill. On kill. Where am I getting that? Here? No. Well, I should start looking into like dual wield cast speed nodes as well, huh? On kill. Where is this coming from? Is it my weapons? Huh? I'm so confused. Here, okay. I see. Oh, okay. That's actually really good. I was like, man, how are we gonna sustain all this energy shield if like we're
When I'm
taking a
ready,
stupid amount of
not
damage and we're getting surrounded? But if we actually have energy shield on kill, that's even better. I was actually looking to get some of those nodes picked up early on from other sources, but you know, I was like, man, we should pick this up. You know, 2% of life on kill, it's gonna be very important. But I didn't know what to do with the energy shield part, but 30 on kill is actually pretty decent right now. That's actually gonna give us a lot of survivability. Because we kill pretty quickly, it's just when we can't, like, we have sustain issues sometimes, right? Where the heck do we go? This looks like a secret entrance of some sort. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it's a dark shrine. What's a dark shrine? Hit hard, hit once. Well, it's like a brutal shrine. Yeah, okay. Cool. I'm fine with that. We even got a level. That's nice. I think our points are definitely gonna go into more life. Definitely. What's this? 80 silk robe. It's garbage. What am I crangling right now? A wand. Okay. That is fine. So with our points, we're gonna put it towards more life, and then we're gonna get 10% life and recover 2% on kill. feel like all of these nodes like is basically to help us with clear speed. Again, it's not for bosses, right? You get no sustain from on-kill nodes unless the bosses summon ads. But otherwise, you don't get much out of it. But say you're just clearing a zone or a map, the on-kill actually helps a lot with your sustain. And at the end of the day, like, you know, PoE character creation like has turned very much into I play a single character and it's able to do all the content, like literally all the content in the game. And if it can't do all the content, you know, then it's not that good of a build, right? But I feel like the way we used to build characters is like this one is really good at farming like maps. It's really good at clearing and it sucks at bosses. And then this one is like a boss killer, but it sucks at clearing. You know, like there were specialties at some point. They still exist, but it's just if you're not able to do everything, basically, I guess it feels bad, right?
Too much clutter.
What's this ring? Barracks Pass. Fire damage. Energy shield. It's a decent ring for leveling. Has quite a bit of flat damage. It's not that good for us, unfortunately. You know, I could have used it if I was doing something like Fireball or, you know, like a spell that actually hits, but unfortunately we don't have that. Ooh, we actually hit a good chest here. Nice.
Before the goddess of justice, you are
Divine Font trigger.
receive our blessings, embrace our gifts, and rise.
Requires a tainted
For this
blessing.
is the ending that we all deserve.
Okay, I can't even do this. Okay, well, whatever. I guess that's the one downside of having all of your equipment being corrupted. We're going for occultist. You might think that we're gonna go necromancer because we're playing Arakali's Fang, but I kind of want to try doing it as an occultist.
And embrace that which
And definitely the first two nodes I pick up is Profane Bloom. Your hexes can affect hex-proof enemies. Cursed enemies you or your minions kill have a 40% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of at their maximum life as chaos damage. And then after that, maybe I pick up Malediction. Having an extra curse would be cool. And then we start getting like the minus chaos resistance, you know, applying Wither and all of that good stuff. Vile Bastion is pretty interesting too, actually. Regenerate 2% of energy shield per second for each enemy you or your minions have killed recently. If you go Arakali's Fang, that could be kind of interesting. And then you don't pick up Withering Presence. 15% more chaos damage each second. Inflict Withered on nearby enemies for 15 seconds. Nearby hindered enemies deal 15% reduced damage over time. Actually, if you play Arakalis, you actually might just get Vile Bastion. It makes a little more sense. To be honest, Frigid Wake is pretty good defensively as well, just to freeze nearby enemies. But yeah, I actually think we go like Profane Bloom, Malediction, Void Beacon. Because nearby enemies having less chaos resistance is really good for Arakali's Fang as well, I think. And then Vile Bastion. Anyways, Profane Bloom comes first. Now we get some Explodies, which is kind of nice. Alright, let's sell all of this stuff. Don't think I want any of it. Boots, movement speed? Ooh, oh no. Wait, is this good? No, I actually thought it had a lot of resistance, but it has chaos resistance, which is not surprisingly not that useful right now, because more often than not you're facing enemies that are dealing elemental damage. So you want to like max out your elemental resistances first before fixing. Should we call it fixing? Fixing your chaos resistance. You know, a lot of people like new players especially, they hear like, oh, like max out your resistances, and they assume that includes chaos resistance. But I think for the most part, yeah, you want to raise your chaos resistance, but getting it to 75 is actually really hard. So more often than not, you're not gonna have 75% chaos resistance, which is fine because not that many enemies in the game, you know, do chaos damage anyways. You're just not gonna encounter them as often. I feel like the game is not balanced around you having 75% chaos resistance anyways. It's probably balanced around you having 0 chaos resist. Okay, now this feels a lot better. Holy crap. Just having a little bit of explosion, you know, it makes the clear better. It sounds better, more importantly. It just sounds fun, you know? Like when enemies just go pop, pop. Alright, how long did that take? That took a good 20 minutes, so maybe what we'll do is we'll get to the harvest. And then next episode we'll kill Malachi.
When I'm ready and not before.
And all of that jazz. So we won't actually finish Act 4 this episode, unfortunately. But that's fine. Oh, look at that. It was a big pack. So yeah, dropping Void Sphere is actually really important, huh? I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it, and yet I picked up that skill anyways. You know, I picked it up thinking it would be a good defensive option, but I just don't remember when to use it. Or I don't remember to use it, you know? But just now, you know, that Void Sphere helped a lot. It sucked up all the ads. There were quite a few of them, you know, so sucking them in was probably a very good choice there. Steel Skin, okay. We don't have to level Steel Skin any further. We don't have much strength right now. Okay, we still need Blight for single target. It actually helps a lot. Is that 5-socket or 5-link? You know, that 5-socket might actually be kind of interesting to try and corrupt because it might turn into a 5 or 6-link. We can give it a try.
When I'm ready and not before.
Ooh, tainted chromatic. You might notice that I'm being a little silent right now. The reason for that is I actually just got super into the game. Like, I didn't even realize just now. I'm like, wait a second. I haven't been talking for the last... I'm not muted, okay? I'm not muted. I just actually got like super into it. Because it was like kind of relaxing just hearing the pops. Like pop, pop, pop. I got into a rhythm. Okay. So we want to... Okay, so what we're going to get at some point is we're going to... At next level at least is... 15% chance of transforming to add a socket, 15% of transforming to add a link, right? So we should be throwing like 5 sockets and 6 sockets in here, because I bet you would be able to get a lot of 5 and 6 links. And even if it turns out to be a garbage 6 link, you can sell it for a divine, which is pretty good. What are we going to get next after? 4% chance of transforming an explicit modifier to magic or rare equipment. Oh, to add an explicit... Okay, okay, so... Chance to exalt. 2% chance for transforming to grant beneficial modifiers 1 tier higher. Oh, this thing's insane. This thing's good. 2% chance for transforming to grant detrimental modifiers 1 tier lower. Wait, what? What is this for? I don't understand. Someone explain this. This one I understand. This one I don't understand. Why would you want detrimental modifiers 1 tier lower? I don't follow. I don't get it.
Be happy for me, sister. It's not often we get to erase our failures.
Ow. Holy crap. Okay, okay, let's not take damage. As I say that, I run straight into the laser. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Alright.
Our mistakes
Easy
can be
enough,
our
easy
greatest
enough.
achievements.
Alright, I'm gonna need to ask somebody, how does that detrimental modifier work? I don't understand.
It seems I've underestimated piety.
Good.
I like surprises.
So like you lower the tier of a detrimental modifier by a level, and then what? You still don't remove it. Alright, so we got to harvest. Next episode, let's work on killing Malachi. And let's call it an episode right here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.